I'm Andy Murch and I'm in Brazil this week looking for freshwater stingrays. The river that you see behind me is a tributary of the Teles Pires river, which separates Pires Strait in central Brazil from Mato Grosso in the south. This river has two species of stingrays that are endemic to this region. They're rarely seen anywhere other than here, and this is one of the few spots where there's clear enough water to look for these rays underwater. So I've chartered a boat, and for the last few days I've been cruising up and down the river looking for spots where I can see these rays, and I've actually managed to find quite a few of them. The first ray that I managed to find on the river was a Tapajos river stingray, Potamotrygon albimaculata. Bit of a mouthful to say, and absolutely gorgeous. So this ray is predominantly black on the top with tiny white spots. As the ray grows, the spots tend to break up into little clusters, but whether you see the adults or the juveniles, just a gorgeous, really striking ray. The second ray I found was a pearl river stingray, Potamotrygon jabuti, a very pretty ray. Not surprisingly a popular ray in the aquarium trade, but almost never seen out in the wild. So that was really cool to see this ray, and we managed to see it in all sorts of different life stages. I was jumping in with little juveniles, I saw some big adults. There's actually a lot of rays in this river, which is fantastic to know that there's still that many rays in South America that haven't been snapped up by the aquarium trade. That's kind of been curtailed a little bit by the Brazilian government that have put either limitations or complete moratoriums on certain species, but still it's an issue. Illegal hunting for them is a big problem. The locals are not especially keen on stingrays because if they're wading in the rivers, they can get some pretty nasty wounds from them. And actually, speaking of wounds, the river itself is not without its perils. So the stingrays are probably the least of your concern here. There are some big black caimans around, not in this particular spot, so the locals tell me, but you never know. But the one thing that I did come across quite a bit, which was kind of terrifying, was these freshwater electric eels. And these guys are very big, and they pack 800 volts of power, so these can easily stop your heart. So I was particularly keen to try and avoid them, but at the same time I wanted to get close enough for a little bit of video and a couple of nice still shots. So I did leap in with a few of these eels, but very scary stuff. They're actually not true eels. They're a type of knife fish which has grown, I don't know, they look about a meter or so long underwater, and yeah, as I said, they pack a pretty serious punch, so I was keen to try and avoid them as best I can. Anyway, between that and the rapids and the caimans and the fires, which you may notice have like turned this area into a very smoky region, we're up against it here, but it's been a fantastic adventure, and I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait to explore more of Brazil. I'll be back next year running more anaconda and jaguar trips, and while I'm here I plan to explore another river and try and find some more endemic freshwater rays that no one else has photographs or video of. So this is the adventure, and I can't wait to carry on.